to this week's video. My name is Lynda Gaiao. Today we move into trait 14, power skills. When we're thinking about the word energy in our modern world, the most common word that we associate with energy is money. And this particular trait gives us direct access to money and resources. And the purpose of having access to these resources is being able to release them in a way that empowers a unique direction which ensures survival. And so essentially, when you see somebody who has trait 14 in their design, these people generally are actually quite good at connecting to resources. So they generally have what they need in this life. They're not usually short of money or resources. They always have some way of bringing this into their life. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're uber wealthy, but they generally don't go without. They will always have a roof over their head. They always seem to have money to do whatever they need to do in life. And when they are connecting with other humans and into a team kind of environment, what they bring here is this real capacity to understand what is the most effective and most useful way to use those resources, to invest those resources in a specific direction that will move either that team or that group of people towards a successful future. So it's about empowering a unique direction, moving forward in a unique direction. And you can kind of see a very symbiotic relationship developing between trait 14 and trait 2, which is on the other side, which is vision. So if you can imagine having a great vision of where to move your company forward, but no resources, that vision really isn't going to go anywhere. And conversely, if you have all the resources but no vision of where to take those resources, you can just really sit on the resources but not move anywhere. And so when we're stepping into a team environment or a business environment, this relationship between the 14 and the 2 is really crucial to know not only what resources you have, but where and how to release those resources. So what can sometimes happen is when people have a vision, that vision may not be the best vision, or it may be a misaligned vision. So the 14 will only release the resources in a way that's going to really empower and move the business forward successfully. So it's going to be quite selective about which vision it releases its resources into. Now, one of the other things that is really exciting about this particular trait is this idea of having a unique direction, because it's individual circuitry, which means that there's individuality here. So you want a unique direction, an individual direction. So when you have these people in your team, within your organization, they can really help the team move forward into, or the company move forward into a market segment or into a certain area where none of your competitors are going. So it's really about empowering a unique direction forward. Because this particular trait is connected to the energy resource, when you are doing what you love and loving what you do, you're going to have this immense energy resource to be able to continue working in that particular area. One of the things that can sometimes happen is when you're not operating correctly, when you're not in alignment with your design, you can end up throwing your resources at absolutely any vision or anything that comes your way. So it's kind of like throwing the spaghetti at the wall and just wondering where it's going to stick. So as long as you're connecting into your decision-making strategy and you're in alignment with that, not only are you going to have access to the resources, but when you can connect to the correct vision, the correct movement forward for those resources is when everything's going to flow. And this is when you're going to be able to generate great resources and move forward in an awesome direction. So what I'd encourage you to pay attention to this week is we all have access to trait 14 at the moment. And if we were to equate energy and money as being the same thing, would you walk down the street with a huge basket full of notes, money, and just allow anyone or everyone that's walking past you to just come and grab and take as much or as little money as they wanted. No, we wouldn't do that. Yet very often we do this with our energy. We basically give it away to anyone or everyone who asks for it. We are not discerning about what we say yes to and where we hand out our resource. And so I'd encourage you to pay attention to this week. Are you allowing just anyone and everyone to just come and take a handful of your energy and run off with it? And where can you set up these healthy boundaries to ensure that your energy is being used correctly and in places that are really healthy for you? Like all things in design, there is a yin and a yang, a this and that. So on the one side, you can be really penny pinching and really hold onto your resources and not allow anything out. And on the other side, you can just give everything away. And it's about finding that balance between the two, holding on when it's necessary and really connecting in to where it is the correct place to hand it out. And so being really discerning here, and really connecting into your decision-making strategy to ensure that you are using your resources correctly at the right time and in the right places. Part of this trait is, really with most traits that are defined in design, it's more about how we connect with others, how we help others, how we show others how to do something, how we empower others. And this trait is no exception. And so it's not about taking the resources and being really selfish and using it for personal gain. A lot about what this trait is about supporting others or empowering others really to show them how to use their resources. So having a look out in the world, how are you feeling empowered to use your resources and how are you empowering others to use their resources? So it's really connecting people into the best and most optimal way to use their resources or their energy or their money. One of the questions that you could ask yourself here is, how are you showing others how to make money, or how are you being shown how to make money? Because with Trait 14 active this week, there is going to be this real focus on these power skills or this energy or this money, as we commonly use that term of energy in our modern day world, and just really look at how money or the use of money or the support in how to use money or the empowerment of a particular direction in how money is being used, and just seeing how that shows up for you, either whether that's an example in the world out there for you to see or whether you are the example of that to others. I hope you have enjoyed this week's video, and each week when a new trait becomes active, I release a new video. So if you would like to stay up to date with when those become active, then please hit the subscribe button. Until next week, I hope you have an awesome week. Bye for now.